there it is, the last one out of, I think, 110, 120 boards, I think. It was a fair few anyway. Yes, the last one. Awesome.
Morning folks. So it's been absolutely glorious here for 5 days now, as you saw at on the intro. Lovely and sunny. That first day was very warm and it was great because I got all my washing dried. It's got a bit cooler now, but we can live with that. Cold and sunny I can do. So as you just saw in the time lapse, Jimmy, the digger guy, came and he's put in our cable for our electric connection to ESB. So that was great to get that done. I was really hoping that he would move the stone pile for me that is behind the at the back of my veggie garden, but we had a lot of a discussion with them about it, and we were originally going to spread it out where the blue car is along that embankment there and around the corner, but he did say to us, if I spread that out, there's a lot of stone there, it's going to be a huge pile, and we have got other things that are needing to be done first. So obviously ESB have got to come back, they've got to fit the pole, and it's great having this space here. It just means you can manoeuvre. So for now, he said my advice is to leave it where it is, because when you're ready to do that little courtyard wall, which is what I want it for, and there's a few other projects as well, I can bring it out then. So he was going to put the fence posts in for us all the way to the other fence, the sheep field fence, but we didn't put them all in because we're perhaps going to leave a couple out so that when he comes back it's easy just to remove those so he can get access around the back, but we will still chicken wire it off so so I can still start planting in there and the hens won't be able to get in. The problem with the posts are they're a little bit wonky because the ground is so stony, and we knew Sam would really have struggled to do it with a post knocker, so I thought while Jimmy's here, it's easy for him, as you saw on the video. Even he struggled with Sam to get them straight, so they're a little bit wonky, but I think it adds to the charm. But I'm not showing it yet because I got this really cute chestnut picket fence, and I got one roll of it because it's not exactly dirt cheap stuff, and I can only really afford to do enough for the front, but I just think it just adds a really nice cottagey vibe to it. And once the plants are in front of it, you won't see those newer posts so much, which do ruin the effect slightly, but eventually it'll get there. In fact, I'm just going to show you before anyone says anything. Yes, the gaps are big between, and the hens can probably squeeze through, but I am going to just chicken wire the bottom half of it, and like I say, once I've planted a few little things in that grow up around it, it won't be as noticeable. I just think it adds a nice little touch, and it's my birthday present to myself because well, yeah, let's face it, what else do you want for your birthday other than fencing?
Morning. So I have heard, you know, when I've been watching other people's YouTube channels about the good days and the bad days, you know, the ups and the downs. And I suppose it's one of those downs. It's you can all just feel a lot sometimes. You know, the whole thing, you can question yourself, like, what am I doing? What am I doing? What do I want? You know, what do I want? And I suppose that's one of the downs, really, because my mind's always been chipper. You know, through it there's been a task, I've got on with it, I can see what needs to be done, and we're that far ahead now. You know, in the build, the walls are up, first fix electrical's done, plumbing's inbound. It's progress. There's lots of progress. And yesterday I was doing the insulation, and it was just being a bugger to get in, because of the perforations in it, and he's like trying to staple it, and it's just like, I think people call it trying to wee into the wind, you know. And it was just like, yeah, it was doing me head in. I think that's what it is. It's like, oh, just feels like a lot of the stuff here sometimes feels like it's going, like it's a mountain to climb, like the ring beams, the stonework, the floor, the roof, all of it, you know, prior to it. Now it's done, it goes from your mind, it does. And you forget how much effort you actually put into a task. And I'm definitely getting that with the insulation. I mean, I'm very grateful to be in this position, doing what I'm doing. I roll out of my pit, have my cup of tea, and then, you know, come into the house here, put my music on, and get on with the task in hand. And for some reason, my mind's just like, I think that, I don't know, sometimes it feels like the motivation can slip sometimes. But so I've spoken to Becky, and basically just told her how I feel. Sometimes you can feel a bit lost sometimes, because when I look at it, our whole lives for the past year has been nothing but build, just build, and it does overpower your life quite a lot, you know, because it's just nothing. You don't do anything else. You don't, you know, I love my bikes and my riding and stuff like that, and my fun stuff, and, you know, the activities and just life in general, you know, doing fun stuff. And it is fun, and I do enjoy it. But I suppose everyone has, you know, you can gripe sometimes, and I don't know, I can't really put it all into words. I suppose it's a feeling more than anything, of just the motivation just goes. However, I am going to crack on, you know. I've never questioned it that I wasn't going to finish the house, or I'm not going to finish the house. I will finish this house 100%. But I suppose you do just it helps hearing other people saying about the lows, because I was like, the lows, you know, because I enjoy doing this. But then I guess this is it. I guess this is probably one of those lows of, it's just so massive to do the insulation, the VCL, and then start putting the plasterboards on. But again, it's another process that just needs to be done. And I tried to flip it this morning, and instead of just thinking about the operation in hand, I can just imagine the feeling that I'm going to get when it's done, like with every other aspect of the build, like the stone and the ring beam and the roof, and them aspects are done. You know, it took a tremendous amount of effort to do them. And I'll do the same on this. I just need to flip my thinking and just get at it. Just keep going at it and do it. And there is light at the end of the tunnel. You know, there is adventurous stuff to be done. But I think just a solid year of utter graft, and what did they say? They say all work and no play. So there hasn't been a tremendous amount of play. There hasn't. I mean, motorbikes were my play. You know, where I'd go out and I'd go into my visor world and just drink tea in the countryside with groups of people and meet different people, and just, I don't know, maybe I'm pining for it a little bit. I don't know. Like I say, I can't really put it into words, but I thought maybe I'd just sit down on the stairs and have a little chat with you and just say sometimes it's not all a bed of roses, you know, just you have to push yourself mentally to get up, put the effort in, get out there and get it done, because what else are you going to do? Where else are you going to go? What's the alternative? Just like, oh, I'm not doing it anymore because I don't want to, because I don't feel like it. It's I suppose I have to accept that you're going to get days sometimes where you don't feel like it. And I think this morning, and probably a little bit of yesterday's insulating, was one of those feelings. And I'm glad now that I've spoke out and I've said something, because I'm starting to recognise it. I just want to get it done. I do want to get it done, and I am going to get it done, because after my little chat here to the camera, I am going to go upstairs and just crack on. And Becky's going to come out, and she said, well, how about like this, or if I hold this here, maybe you could fix it there. And I think just having that other person there, even if they're not like doing the work, you're doing the work, but just having that other person there sometimes is like a morale boost. It's just a psychological boost that you're not on your own, because there's a lot of times I'm in this house on my own, just cracking on. And yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to get my head down, stop moaning, and need to tell myself that it's all right as well to have a little moan sometimes. You know, everyone has a little whinge and a little moan, and I can't be bothered. So it's like the inner child in us all. But yeah, there is no alternative but to just put the music on, try and switch the brain off a bit, and just get to it, because, you know, I feel that there's going to be this satisfaction come, and it'll be another, like the ring beams. I thought, wow, like hundreds of buckets of concrete, and it just felt like it was never going to get done. But I just got on with it. And it's done. And, you know, and the roof's built, and this is going to be another one of those phases of this renovation project, is just get your head down and get it done, because once it's done, it's done. So I've broke it down into room by room. I'm going to start in Isabella's room, I'm going to insulate it, I'm going to VCL it, and then I'm going to plasterboard it, and then I'm going to move on to the other room. And Becky's like, well, how about we just insulate it all? It's just great having that other person there to, you know, to bounce off like that. Yeah, anyway, probably enough. I don't know what it is. Is it a whinge? Is it a rant? I don't know. It's just how I feel. Sometimes it just, like I say, I think it's just the lows sometimes, because I'm quite chipper all the time, and my morale is good, and I always try to laugh in the face of adversity and just move on to the next thing. But I suppose, you know, you do need that teamwork as well sometimes. It's hard to do anything just on your own all the time. And I'm not. It's, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how else to put it into words, but flat spot. Maybe it's just a flat spot, but it will be when this house is done and it's all plastered and the heating system's on and you can put the lights on and the bedrooms are done and it's all painted and the kitchen's in, I can see it, I can see that, I keep that vision in my mind, and I think that's all I've got to do is just keep the vision. We've got the pressure of, we've got 12 weeks to do that, you know, to do that. It's quite a short time frame. Every day matters. So maybe it's that as well, behind the scenes. Maybe it's the pressure of the timings of it, but I can only do what I can do each day, and I'm just going to go at it each day, keep my mind as focused as I possibly can, because that is how you get through these renovation projects. Is, you know, you can be physically strong and do stuff, that's one thing, but if you've got to have it in your mind. If it's not right in there, nothing's right. You can't do anything if your bird box isn't leveled out. So yes, I shall go upstairs. I'm going to blast the music really loud. Might even put some metal on and have a bit of a rock out and just get it done. Let's get this insulation done. Got my helper with me. A brand new day. So after my little whinge on the stairs there about the ups and downs, today is a brand new day, and yeah, I don't feel like that today, which is great. So yeah, experiencing those highs and lows in a renovation project, I think, is all part of it. Rebecca helped me a massive amount yesterday, as you can see. She's so quick and efficient. Down at the eaves detail, I'll show you what I've done. So down the bottom there. So this is some of the PIR that was left over from the floor, 100mm. And actually, if we move to the side here, I might change this bit here. Trying to get the insulation in down there at the wall plate level and up. It's just really difficult. And then obviously when I'd have to put batten across, because when it's windy it would blow it in. It'll be totally different when the soffits are on and they've just got the vents in, because the wind won't be as strong, but the wind does come up and blow this out. Whereas this detail now with the PIR, it's so much easier. I mean, it's still awkward because it's in there, but you get a proper seal then onto the wall plate, and because it sets into the wall plate because of the bird's mouth cut,
even if you did get strong wind, it can't blow this out. And I've been using my nail gun to pop a nail in the sides, avoiding David's wires. And then the blue foam, it's an airtight foam, so all the little cuts, you know, sort of around the uprights for the wall, it's all sealed. And you get, I love it, I think it's great. But you also get this detail when it's in. This is a bit of a little boiler cupboard. You can just hop you over there. You can see you still keep your 2-inch air gap. And if you remember back to the roof, we had counter battens as well for this roof. So there's maximum airflow going on. So it can come up the soffit and up and over the house behind the insulation, you know, reducing any condensation. Might be a bit dark on the camera. Looks, I'm looking at the little screen in the front and it seems dark. We'll get into the sun. But yeah, it's going well. It's going well. I'm much happier doing it like this than, you know, doing it with the muff insulation. Trying to get it stapled in through that wall, and oh, you're sort of bending about everywhere. So I'm going to get all this side done, get the other side done. So I started doing it. Obviously you can see where we were running the insulation down. And it was just, honestly, you see how it bumps out a little bit? That's because of the wind. Whereas this is stitched in and foamed in. It isn't going anywhere, and it can't physically blow out because of the way it's in. So yeah, just finish that off all the way down there. And then Rebecca's coming back in to help me to finish off all of the insulation. And then we can put the VCL, the vapor control layer, over the top of all of this. And then we can slab it with the, again, insulated plasterboard. So we've got lots of insulation detail and vapor control detail and airflow going on in the roof. So I'm happy at that. I'm happy. So I'm gonna put my AirPods in and I'm just gonna get cracking and finish off this little awkward detail here. It's probably the most awkward detail in the house. I'm so grateful to Dave that came over and helped me with the annex roof, because we actually put the insulation in. That's 200mm insulation in there, and then there's, I think it's 38mm or 40mm insulation backed plasterboard over the top of that. So it's, yeah, it's all about, you know, keeping that heat in nice and warm as well. And I don't think it's going to be a cold house, but I want to do it correct. I want to do it proper, and it's all about air tightness as well. But this detail, the PIR, isn't in the air detail, that's in the void. So, but it's just making our life so much easier. Because as everyone knows, you're like, we have to have showers every single night because it's dusty, but it's all part of it. Anyway, I'm gonna get cracking.
I'm really excited. I think a bath is here. I'm really nervous because I've been and laying them in the shop. Yes, I got my shoes off and got in the bath in the shop. Very embarrassing. Just compare the ones I've seen online, and I just hope it feels big enough when I'm in it. But it's really hard to judge it because in a shop you're a little bit self-conscious. I couldn't relax fully, so time will tell. But the dogs are barking because it's here. So I've just rejected my bath. It's tiny, and I checked the measurements. Sam got his tape out, the guy got it off, we checked the measurements, and it's like, what was the length? 1500?
That was 1500 by 700.
It's supposed to be 1800 by 800.
860.
And he said, the guy said, even when I loaded it on the lorry this morning, he thought, I've never seen a bath that small.
Yeah.
I'm just having no luck with this bath at all. I think maybe the universe is saying, I think whenever you're trying to save money,
yeah,
and buy things a little bit cheaper, because normally you see these baths and they're like €1,000 plus for these baths, these freestanding baths. So I'm there buying one for half of that price. thinking, okay, the measurements are good, it looks all right, and then
No.
the measurements are totally not what it says.
Dog tub.
And of course there's no phone number on the website, so you have to send in a submit thing. So I said to the guy, I said, I'm not holding it here, I'm not, because I know what will happen, it'll be sat here and then I'll have to arrange couriers. I've had all this before with the generator that didn't work. I'm not doing it. I said, I'm just rejecting it, take it back, I'm not having it, I'm not even taking it off the lorry or anything. Well, he did take it off the lorry because we took it off to measure it, but he kindly put it back on the lorry for us, didn't he? And he said, yeah, it's fine, just sign you don't want to take it. So that's what I've done.
Sweet.
So hopefully they'll be in touch back with me and we can get that situation resolved as to why it's completely different size than what it says on the website.
Yeah.
But that's disappointing because I was excited for that today.
Shower come.
But the shower, yeah.
The big tray, shower tray, 1,000 by 900.
Yeah.
Is it, or is it 1,000?
No, it's 1,000 by 900, but it's an offset quadrant.
Yeah.
So it does look and feel that much bigger by having that kind of curve. I don't know why, but when we stood in them in the shop, it did feel more spacious just by having that shape to it. So we will, hopefully that will be all right. Because that was my bargain Amazon purchase. I've been looking at them because I wanted a black one.
Hard to find.
Well, they're not hard to find, but they were expensive. When I've been looking at like 200 to 300 euros just for the shower
Bathrooms are
tray.
outrageous.
And then this was on Amazon for 58 quid. In pound, I was like, right, quick. It was the only one. And I panicked and you were like, I'm not sure. So I did it, I clicked it anyway and I said, 58 quid and it's coming, it looks all right, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So fingers crossed that'll be my bargain
To
for the
build a
bathroom.
curved plinth for it to go up on so we can do the waste.
Yeah, because you don't want to dig out the concrete floor, is that
Well, I'll
right?
speak to the plumber about it. We'll see what we can
Yeah,
do. We might be able to do a channel in the floor or something.
Yeah, so at least one thing's come and has turned out okay for the bathroom. And it was a bargain, so I'm happy with that. Right,
Sweet.
let's crack on.
Back to insulating.
Yeah.
Right, so while Becky's doing the magic muff over there, I've got to do a little bit of timber work on these dormers so that I can get the insulation in and get the plasterboard on. It's easier of a show you. So up above there, I've just put that first one on, if that makes any sense on the camera. It's basically a piece of 3x2, but I can hold it against it, mark it, and I have my marvellous table saw downstairs, and I can cut it to that right width. I'll show you. I'll just mark one up and then I'll take you down and show you. But that way I'll be able to do a cheek going up, which is flat with the front, and then I'll put a section up the top there. I'll do a straight edge off the rafters off here, and then that gives it's basically a board catcher, and that'll be the front section. We'll get to the more tricky bit at the back when we get to the back, but for now there's only 1, 2, 3, 4 bits to do here for the catcher. I'll show you. I think it's right. Cordless chop saw is great. So you just get your piece. Just mark it underneath. It's easier to number them. 3, and that's 4. Now in theory, I shouldn't have to reset the saw. They should be the same, but I don't think they are. In the future, I will set myself up with my trestles, and because it's only like 4 or 5 bits, I just want to get it done. But in the future, when I'll settle properly, this machine is a pleasure to use. I love it. I love it. It's new. Love table saws. Right, stitch these on, and onto the bulkhead bit.
Pinch him now, hop up.
What? Hop up. Milk
Pinch
crate.
him now, milk crate.
Can't beat milk crates. There we go, that'll do. Doesn't have to be perfect, they're not completely straight and this and that, it's just because there's little nails sticking through from the hardy backer board. But that's it. Get a little piece now up and over, so it's like a dummy rafter basically.
Hi everybody, so the time lapse ran out on Sam, so unfortunately you didn't get to see it, but he's finished the dormers now. I finished the insulation. That was a job and a half. No wonder Sam was tearing his hair out, to be honest with you, because leaving that airflow gap at the back and stopping it from falling into your face was quite the task. But anyway, that is done, and we can now move on to plasterboarding and the airtight membrane going in. So that's all exciting stuff, and hopefully as well this week I'll get a chance to start planting some things in my vegetable patch and finish all that off. So yeah, it's exciting times ahead. Sam's feeling much better now, in fact to the point where he actually said to me maybe I should take out that little rant off the video. We decided to leave it in because it was honest, and I think that's part of what we want to show here, is that it's not all roses, and everyone has difficult days. I have them, Sam has them, but the good thing is normally we don't have them together at the same time. So I can normally pull Sam out and vice versa. So yeah, he's fine. Sam has the additional thing going on in the background of the fire service, and that obviously comes with its own set of challenges, I'm sure you can all imagine. So I think he's doing amazing, and I'm really proud of him. He's done such an amazing job, and he's basically project managing this job as well as doing the job. It's quite the task, and no wonder he felt overwhelmed. We've been at it solidly probably for 18 months, what we're doing the cabin, with doing the caravan cladding as well as the house. It's been intense. So yeah, but all is good now, and I'm sure that new motorbike is coming ever closer, so don't worry guys, you will be getting one. But the deal was, when the house was done and we had some spare cash, not right now. Like we have got too many things to pay for, and I know what will happen. That bike will be there and Sam will be gone. Just as I said to him, I said, you'll never be here to do the renovation, you'll be off. We joke about it, he knows, and he's fine with it. It's just, I think for him it was just his little way of always, when he's feeling stressed, he would go off on his bike and clear his head, and obviously hasn't got that option at the minute, but soon, it's coming soon. We've got a really good weekend this weekend as well. Tomorrow I am going with Dawn from Corner House Project to see Ash from Morrigan's Cottage. So we're going to go and have a brew with Ash and check out her place, and I also love her green tiles, and she's going to lend me a few so I can come back with them and just see what they look like in the bathroom before I order them myself. I've got a real thing for green, can you tell? Absolutely love green. So yeah, that's tomorrow, and then Monday of course is St. Patrick's Day here, so there's going to be a huge parade in the town. Sam is going to be part of that parade with the fire service, so that's going to be really good to watch and see him part of the community. First time for us that, so yeah, really exciting. Looking forward to seeing the whole how our town celebrates St. Patrick's Day. Anyway, next week hopefully we'll have some plasterboarding to show you and a bit more progress, but thanks as always for everyone's kind support. Thanks for all the lovely messages. I know I'm really behind, I'm not replying, I've just been so busy, I haven't got around to replying to everybody. I'm trying my best to get through them. Please do keep putting your comments on. We love reading them, and it really is a good boost for us, especially for Sam on his darker days. So yeah, please keep them coming, as I said, and we will catch you all next Saturday. Take care, have a lovely weekend, hope the sun shines for everybody, and happy St. Patrick's Day to anybody that celebrates. Take care, bye for now.